morning, this is Dan for Backpacking Adventures. I'm out here again with Dakota, and we are on the West Rim Trail. It's a 31-mile point-to-point trail. We parked at the southern terminus. We're heading north, and I think it's the Rattlesnake Rock is the terminus we parked at, and we are getting the car shuttled, so it'll be there at the northern terminus, hopefully in time tomorrow when we're off trail. But this is gonna be more of a, I don't wanna say a slower trip, it's gonna be more of camping because we're gonna be doing relatively lower miles. It's a 31-mile trail. We're doing it in overnight. And we're gonna plan on stopping at, I think it's either mile 14 or 16. It's right after the Bradley Wales picnic area, but really nice spot for hammocks, and it's right on the ridge overlooking the gorge. And I've never stayed there, so we've always kind of just pushed on to get a little farther on the first day. But we're gonna camp there, hopefully get there, I don't know, 2-ish maybe, somewhere around there, so pretty early, because it is a weekend, it's Saturday, and it's the end of July. And when I made reservations for the shuttle, they were pretty much booked, so for this shuttle. So I'm thinking there's gonna be a lot of people out here on the trail. So gonna get there early, claim our spots, and relax and have more of a camping experience this trip. About a mile and a half in, they come across the Long Branch Trail connector. This actually will take you to the Black Forest Trail, and the West Rim Trail is connected to Black Forest Trail, which is connected to the Hammock Trail and back, and you can make a giant loop. So at some point, I'm gonna figure this out and I'm gonna do that giant loop. It's like 100 and some odd miles, but I think that would be pretty cool because you can just do all the trails in one shot. And I think it's 8 miles from here to the Black Forest Trail to where you pick that up. But today we're gonna be heading down there. Weather for this trip should be beautiful. It's supposed to be in the low 80s, high 70s today. Lows in the 50s tonight, and tomorrow it'll be, you know, in the high 70s and stuff. But not a cloud in the sky. It's beautiful, and so far we haven't seen any of the smoke from the wildfires yet. So yesterday it was all around. Now today it must have cleared out, so that's a bonus. But I said earlier, this trip it's like July, I don't know, 22nd, I think it is. And I've done this trail, I think 5 times. So this will be like my 6th time, but I've always done it either in the earlier spring or late spring, like in like early June or mid-June. So this is kind of like my version of like I guess I would call it the deep summer, where it's, you know, you get the hot and the humidity and have to worry about water. So that's what this trip is. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how it is this time of year. Now this is what I call a blowdown. There's a blaze right in there. This is blocking the entire trail for pretty far back. It was a big tree that fell that way down, and it's just covering the trail. We came around back through the woods here, but it's a new blowdown, so I'm sure at some point either the trail will just be rerouted or someone will come through and cut this all up. But first blowdown of the trip. We made it to mile roughly 14. This is the Bradley Whales picnic area. You can't camp here, but they have bathrooms and picnic tables, and we think the water pump will work over there. But we just filled up. I'm carrying 4.5 liters. We're each carrying like 4.5 liters because where we're going to be camping, it's going to be dry camping. But we got it at a nice spring, and it's ice cold. But we stopped here for lunch. It is, what was it, 2 o'clock, after 2?
A little after 2, yeah.
But we're only camping. It's like a mile up, less than a mile, maybe even a half a mile right up the road here. We'll go up the road, and then we'll start going on the trail, and then there's that really, really nice camp spot. So we're going to camp there this year, which will get us at about 15. That'll get us almost halfway for the trail, but we'll be there probably by 3 anyway. So we're going to set up and just relax and just camp out for a while. We're at camp. It is about 2:35, so that's a pretty early making it to camp. And actually, the Bradley Whales picnic area is like literally like 100 yards down here. There's a road right here that comes up to this beautiful, beautiful overlook. And I know when I do this trail, every time I point this out, but this is like a really, really nice place to camp. And I hope it's not going to end up being like a party spot tonight because being by the road. But I mean, there's unlimited options for hammocks and tents all the way down here, you know, for a good 50 yards. Same over here on this side. So you're not going to have a problem finding spots to hang or tent spots here. So we're going to camp here. It's early. We're going to relax and just eat some snacks, whatever, and then take naps. I know that's what I'm going to do. Just finishing up getting set up. Really nice setup, really nice hang. The ground is like really like clean, and it's not full of rocks or roots, so it's perfect for putting stakes in the ground. It's a really, really nice spot. And again, we're hearing voices, unless we're crazy, but we're hearing voices off in the distance, so people are probably at the Bradley Whales picnic area. But this is our view for tonight. You know, I'm standing here, and Pine Creek is right down here, and it's just amazing. I can hear people talking. I guess they're rafting or fishing or something, but I can hear people talking all the way down there. I mean, we're like probably 1,000 feet up, and I can hear just people talking. It's pretty cool. The gear I have for this trip, the same pretty much gear I took with Carly my last trip, but I have my Hammock Mountain Outdoors red tail hammock, my hammock gear Phoenix 40-degree under quilt, and my Z-Packs Solo 30-degree top quilt that's down there hanging, but it's green. But yeah, it's pretty nice here. Getting a nice breeze coming in from the gorge. A lot of people though coming around, but that's what we get for camping near a road. Well, it's time to eat dinner. Both having Texas State Fair chili. Really good. And so far the weather out here is really nice. It's kind of cooled down. It's like in the low 70s. Nice breeze. It'll probably be cool tonight. So we're gonna sit here and eat. We have a bunch of assorted snacks to eat with our meal. Smell. Oh, I know, it smells good. Texas State Fair chili is really good. Well, we're done eating. It's going on 7 o'clock, and we had the Texas State Fair chili from Packet Gourmet. It was really, really good. Always good. You have to try that. But now it's time to relax. It's not even 7 o'clock, but it's really nice weather, really cool. So nice to sit here with the net off for a little bit because there's a nice breeze going, so the bugs are kind of getting blown away. And I did bring my little table this time. I have a new light I'm trying out. It's from Black Diamond. See how that works tonight. And of course I have my little thermometer here attached to it. But yeah, this is my Schwartzen Benner whatever outdoor table. I had this for a couple years. I didn't take it much, but I'm starting to take it a little more because I'm really, really liking it. Probably really take it in the winter, but I'm not sure if I'll take this on like trips where I have to do bigger miles and longer days, only because I don't spend much time in camp. And this weighs half a pound, so we're going to see how that does. I would like to have a lighter one. If someone would make one from titanium, that would be great. Maybe get it under 4 ounces, but I do like it. I like having it. It's very Very nice to make tea or to, you know, to boil water on or whatever, because you can go right on there. Works really well, so yeah, I really like it. Trail today, we did 14 miles out of the 31 miles. So I guess that leaves, what, 17 miles for tomorrow maybe? Am I doing my math right? I think so. But the first day is like kind of uphill a lot. Not real steep or anything, but it's just like a constant climb. Tomorrow should be right where we're at now to be level for a while. We go down and up for a little bit, but then it's like the rest of the way, it's when you walk across or right by the gorge, and you'll see it tomorrow when I show you, but really spectacular views of the gorge. But lasts for a couple miles, and then it says downhill all the way to the car. But the only thing about this trail with the views and stuff is they're all identical. They're all at the same side of the mountain, and you're looking at the Pine Creek Gorge. It's all the same. So every view kind of looks a little. Here we are. We're kind of, you know, we're miles away from the gorge down there, so it looks a little bit different. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like the same view. So, ooh, oh man, it's nice getting to camp a little early. I took a nap. It's probably only like a 20-minute nap, but still was nice just to sit here and just get set up slowly. Like I didn't have to rush or didn't feel like I needed to get it set up so I could eat quick. It was just, took my time setting up, laid down and relaxed for, you know, a good hour, and then went over and had dinner. And it's really nice. It's nice to do, I don't want to say lesser mile days because we did 14, but to get to camp a little bit earlier, so you have a lot more time in camp. It's really nice sometimes. One thing I did want to mention is I mentioned earlier this year, like really early this year, that I was getting a new pack, and this is the Light AF Curve 40 custom pack. It's a 40-liter main body pack, and I've been using this for a while. I've been switching for a couple trips where I went ultralight, so I used my 35-liter pack without the hip belt because it was, you know, half a pound lighter. But this is the one I've mainly been using. It's 40 liters. For an overnight, it's kind of a little bit big, but I really like it because it has these pockets now you can get from Light AF up on the sides. They're nice because I keep my water, my water bladder, my scoop, and then the light, and where I put my barrel line. You put your stakes in the side. It's really nice. I mean, you still have the same straps. This one has a full hip belt, which I'm really digging lately. Not that I really have a heavy backpack, but I don't know. It's more comfortable, and I think I like it more now because I've lost weight and it actually fits me like it's supposed to, where they're supposed to be, where the waist belt goes. It's just fits a lot better than what it used to back when I was bigger. So the only drawback is they switched from the Lyca to this new stretchy. I don't know if it's stretchy Dyneema or whatever, but I don't know if I like it all that much. It's okay. It's a little bit, it's supposed to be more durable, but it doesn't stretch as much as a Lycra, so it's harder to put stuff in there. Things get really tight in there, and it's hard just to, because I used to be able to stuff, you can pretty much put a small child back in the other ones, but now it kind of just, things just don't go down there as easy as they did with the Lycra, but it doesn't rip as easy. So I guess that's kind of like the drawback, but I'm getting used to it. I had another pack with this that had that on there, but like I said, it's a little getting used to, and the only drawback is if you were hiking behind me with the Lycra, you used to be able to see my poop kit smiling at you the whole time. Now this blocks it. You can't see that. So if you're hiking behind me, you won't see my smiling poop face anymore. So, but I'm really liking this pack. I did buy their shoulder strap pockets that are the zipper, like I guess they call them the self-run, but it's made from Ultra, and they have a really high mesh on the outside, so you can put a lot of stuff in there, which is nice, and the waterproof zipper. So this, I'm really liking these pockets, and I did have the hip belt pockets for this, but I took them off. They're removable, but I took them off because number one, I couldn't figure out what to put in it. The only things I could put in it are things that are in my ditty bag, and then they're not easily available to me, like right in my hammock. But I took them off mainly because I couldn't unzip them easy. Like I had to take off the pack to really get them unzipped, or try to figure out how to reach all the way over here, and unzip them. It was just like kind of like impossible. So yeah, so I'm liking this pack. I'll be using this for probably this year, and I'll probably use it for next year because I don't foresee myself needing another pack. I don't, and I'm rarely ultralight anymore. I did it for a couple of trips just for fun, you know, just to go back to being ultralight for a while. But you know, I don't know if I'm getting older or whatever, but I just like carrying just a little bit more stuff. And it's, I mean, really, a lot of times if I would just put my cell phone in my pocket, because that's 10 ounces, I'd be ultralight most of the time, so I am really light. But I keep that up here in the pocket. But yeah, I'm really liking this pack from Light AF. It's really nice. I think this one weighs 26 ounces, I'm pretty sure, is what the weight is for this, with the pockets and stuff that you see. But great pack. It's after 8 o'clock and getting tired. I think we're gonna be turning in here, probably watch a movie, and or start to anyway, and then I'm out, because every time I laid down I was just going to sleep. So I'm pretty tired. It was a great day. It's getting cool. I'm thinking it's going to be in the very low 50s, maybe even hit the 40s tonight, especially with this breeze going in. But yeah, I'm gonna go back, get in the hammock, and probably stare at this view for a little bit, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. It's about 7:30, and we got back on trail around 7, maybe a few minutes after. But we packed up quietly and left because there was a family there camping pretty close to us. They were tent camping because there's a road right nearby. But it was a good night. I slept really good in that hammock. I will say that's the Hammock Mountain Outdoors Red Tail is one of the, I get the best sleep so far in that hammock. It's one of my heavier ones, but it's also it's basically one of my most comfortable hammocks. So but we have, I think it's 16 miles today. So we did less yesterday, so it'll be a longer day today. But not by much. I think the terrain's kind of a little bit easier, but we have all the views today. That's when you get all the views of the really good views of the gorge. But like I said yesterday, it's all the same view, but it's still beautiful nonetheless. About 1:15, and we're probably, oh God, I don't know, probably 5-6 miles, would you say, Dakota, till the end of the trail?
I'd say about 5 at this point.
Somewhere around there. But tell you what, coming in here in the end of July, it's pretty hot. Like, we're out here exposed, kind of getting some sun, but it was humid this morning, and the humidity will, like any day here, will start going lower throughout the day. But it's definitely a different experience this time of year. Things are a little bit more overgrown, and you know, when you're trying to look for signs and stuff, they're kind of blocked, blazes are kind of hidden. It's just a different experience, I guess. And again, that's why I like doing these trails over and over again, but in different times of year, not just in different seasons, but different times of the season, because the beginning of summer is different than the middle, then that's different than the end. So it's almost like doing new trails. And I'm having a good time so far. I mean, it's fun, but man, you really know it's summertime. Made it to the end, mile 30 on the West Rim Trail. It was a great trip. It was my deep summer version of this trip. It was hot. There were some overgrown spots, but other than that, it was we had really good weather last night. It got cool. Like needed the fleeces in the morning, but wasn't buggy this morning or yesterday, but it got buggy today. But overall, I like doing it this time of year. I have to figure out the next time of year I'm going to be doing it. And I think the only time left is really like winter time. So with that, I'm going to end it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.